everyone, and welcome to the latest edition of the Rockstar Show, starring
Charlotte
and Rock. So, first of all, today's Mother's Day, so happy Mother's Day, everyone. Happy Mother's Day to all the mommies, and to the deadbeat mommies, pay your child support. Because, there are deadbeat mommies out there, and, yeah, you should do your job. If you're going to pop the kid out, at least take care of it. You know what I'm saying?
It's funny because, it's a new thing to me, mothers that do not have the actual custody of the kids. That's just crazy.
Well, most of the time when that happens, it's because that mom has, serious issues. Or she's just, evil. Kind of like Mommy Dearest and shit. So, that's what happens. So, all the Mommy Dearest mommies out there, step up your game and be a mommy. But to all the good ones, happy Mother's Day. We greatly appreciate you.
Well, in honor of Mother's Day, I actually wore a really cute shirt, which I'm going to show you guys.
Yeah, because that's important. And everybody who knows Charlotte and her mom sees the humor in that shirt.
It's so funny.
But tell your mommy that you love her, Char.
I do love my mom. My mom is the best mom. She did the best she can do with the cards that the Lord gave her. And I am the result of that wonderful process that is motherhood.
I love my mommy too, Mom. Thank you very much, Mrs. Mangual. You are the best mommy ever. And now that it's Mother's Day, this reminds me of one or two things that we need to remind people about, especially the fellas.
What?
You ever get when you're walking outside on Mother's Day and every man in the world wants to walk up to you and wish you happy Mother's Day?
No.
That shit happens to me a lot. Maybe, I don't know.
You must look like,
like I'm a mama?
Like you fed a lot of kids.
Bitch. No, I think a lot of guys do that shit because they're trying to figure out whether or not you have kids and then see if they can hit on you or not or whatever. And, guys, stop doing that shit. We know why you're asking. Stop assuming we're all moms, because we're not all moms. Just because we're women doesn't mean we have kids.
Well, do they approach you with Oreo cookies trying to get some milk to dip the...
Ew, no. Ew. Now I feel self-conscious. Ew. I feel violated.
So we promised in the other shows that we were going to talk about what to do and not to do when dating a firefighter. Yes. So we should start with that. Just because we need to stick to what we say we're going to do.
Yeah.
Like, the gala pictures that never happened.
Wow. I thought I explained myself for that.
Yeah, no. But it wasn't a good explanation. So I think that we should stick on watching the fucking show.
I'm not watching the show. I'm just, amazed here that you even talk about me like that on our own show. But go ahead.
Okay, well, get over it and stop watching Gladiators.
I'm not watching
We are in my new apartment, and we're facing the TV, and they're playing Gladiator.
First of all, I don't even know why you even have that on, because Russell Crowe looks good in this movie.
He does. That's a white boy that can get it.
That's not the only one.
Raquel wants to hit a white boy.
Oh, first of all, that's not a secret. Second of all, you want to hit that too. So
no, back when he looked like that, I wanted to hit him.
Yeah, of course. Nobody wants to hit him now. Who cares about Robin
Hood? He's all whippy pie and everything.
Robin Hood, please.
Tito. But anywho, let's talk about firefighters and the things that we learned about dating and not dating, and then we'll move on to the wives and the things that they learned about marrying a firefighter.
And we're going to have a part 2 to this, because some of the wives are going to be on our next show to give their advice about, how to actually deal with it on a day-to-day basis.
The first thing that I've learned is that when I started dating the guy that eventually became a firefighter, he was still in the school thing, and I learned that once they graduate, they get this my shit don't stink attitude.
Yes.
And they want to be, it's like a brotherhood, like a fraternity of things. And they want to be in every event. They want to go drinking every day off. The second thing I learned is keeping track of the freaking platoons and their days. The 4 days on and 4 days off.
Yes, the work schedules. That's a very important thing to keep track of, because then you know when he's out working and when he's lying.
And when he's out tricking.
Tricking and working are two separate things. Even though firefighters think it's the same, it is not.
Now, this doesn't mean that all firefighters are like that.
By no means.
But all the firefighters that I know are.
Yes.
So maybe.
Me too.
I don't know. I need to meet new firefighters. I don't know. But, yeah, keep track of the days because it's like 2 days and 2 nights. Right. So it's 2 days from 6 to 5 or 7 to 5, whatever. And then on the second day, they have, when they go on the third day, it's night work, which is from 6 to like 6.
Right.
So on their second day, they have that full afternoon that they can do stuff in. Don't let them make you think that they need to rest because I have witnessed them working
yes
on volleyball.
Yeah, and it's not to say that we don't appreciate the job that firefighters do.
Yeah, because I'm not going to be doing that.
Right, but let's be clear here. It's not like they're out fighting fires every day. Okay, let's be clear. But when they are, I greatly appreciate it. I know that they run into burning buildings to save lives and to save property sometimes, and we know that that's a very important thing. However, we can't help but notice every once in a while, especially in Philadelphia firehouses, how, they happen to have a 36-inch plasma TV hooked up to an Xbox or a Wii, and they're playing for, the majority of their shift. Or like Charlotte greatly pointed out, there's one particular place, I'm going to say it's probably around Front Luzerne, but anyway, they have a volleyball court out there. And they play volleyball out in the sunshine with their sunglasses on like it's freaking Top Gun and shit. And, what's that about? That's our tax dollars at work.
Yeah, well, we're supposed to be talking about dating them, not putting them on
blast.
Well,
I mean, that's part of the reason. See, we find these things out because when we've dated them and we've had to catch them lying, we catch them lying about working when they're playing volleyball or basketball.
Yeah. Like, I'm tired. I got to go take a nap after, the long day at volleyball.
Like I just got done finished doing a run. And then next thing you know, they're out there,
I'll run.
On their third game of volleyball and shit.
Yeah, right.
For beers.
Well, that's running.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or when they do the little shopping runs to the supermarket to scope out girls and shit.
Wow, Rock.
Yeah, we know all about that, firefighters.
Now, what else have you learned from dating firefighters?
Well, for the most part, this is the thing about dating firefighters. You get hooked because when they're in the academy, and this is if you meet one right out of the academy or while they're still in the academy, they're getting into very good shape.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And so what happens is they get kind of buff. And you get hooked on, having a buff man around with a lot of stamina, stuff like that. So you got to be careful not to get hooked on that kind of stuff. Because if you do, it's a little bit harder to let it go.
There's nothing wrong with getting hooked on stamina. Stamina is a good thing.
It's bad to get hooked on it, though, Char, because...
it's not like, every man is going to be doing push-ups, in the midst of things.
They don't? I thought they did. Whoa, that's news to me. So anyway, the thing is, you don't want to get hooked on that. It is a good thing for a man to have stamina, but you just don't want to get hooked on it because then when they start effing up, then
it's hard to.
It's hard to break it off.
Yeah.
Well, not for that, but it's hard for you to break it off.
They want to break it off everywhere they go.
They always break it off. That's the problem with them. They want to break everybody off.
Share the wealth.
Share the wealth.
They want to host.
Share the stamina.
They want to host everybody.
Yeah, so you want to be careful not to get hooked on the firefighter body and firefighter stamina. The other thing about them is they always try to sneak in this whole I got overtime thing. So
oh my God, the freaking overtime.
Yeah,
please, let's keep it real.
See, it might be true, but half the time it's not.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Yeah,
and it's usually on the second day work. They're like, I got to work a 24.
Like a Friday or a Saturday.
And it'll be like Thursday night for lyrics.
Yeah, nah. We know it's not happening.
Nah.
Yeah. If your man is constantly taking extra set of nice clothes to work at the fire station, it's not to be comfortable at work.
Like tight club shirts.
Yeah. That kind of stuff, that kind of stuff, that means they're lying.
Yeah, that does mean.
The other thing about firefighters is that they are naturally exposed to a lot of people all the time.
Yeah.
And if you're like me, a normal hot-blooded woman, you love men in uniform, which means that they're going to have a bunch of chicks in their face all the time looking at men in uniform,